Guide to Lease Agreements and Documentation. Chapter 1. Basics of Leasing Agreements and Documentation.
Creating a lease agreement?
When creating a lease agreement, it's essential to include key components to ensure the contract is legally binding and protects the interests of both parties. Start by including the names of the landlord and tenant, the property address, and the lease term, which specifies the start and end dates of the lease. Outline the rental amount, due dates, and payment methods. It's also important to include clauses on security deposits, maintenance responsibilities, and rules regarding property use and occupancy. Additionally, detail any provisions for early termination or renewal options. Make sure to address potential issues such as late fees, pet policies, and procedures for handling disputes. Both parties should review the agreement thoroughly and sign it in the presence of witnesses or a notary public to ensure its validity.
Negotiating lease terms?
Negotiating lease terms is a critical step in securing a favorable agreement for both parties. Start by identifying your priorities and non-negotiables, such as the rental rate, lease duration, and any specific provisions you need. Approach the negotiation with a clear understanding of the market conditions and comparable properties in the area. Be prepared to discuss and compromise on various aspects, such as rent increases, maintenance responsibilities, and renewal options. It's beneficial to build a positive relationship with the other party, as this can facilitate a more amicable negotiation process. Ensure all negotiated terms are clearly documented and included in the lease agreement. Remember, the goal is to create a mutually beneficial contract that protects both the landlord's and tenant's interests.
Chapter 2. The components and structure of a lease agreement.
Common clauses in lease agreements.
Lease agreements often contain several common clauses that outline the rights and responsibilities of both the landlord and the tenant. One crucial clause is the rent clause, which specifies the amount of rent, due dates, and acceptable payment methods. Security deposit clauses outline the amount of the deposit, conditions for its return, and permissible deductions. Maintenance and repair clauses define who is responsible for maintaining the property and making necessary repairs. Use of premises clauses specify how the tenant can use the property, including any restrictions on business operations, subletting, or having pets. Lease renewal and termination clauses detail the conditions under which the lease can be renewed or terminated, including notice periods and penalties for early termination. Late fee clauses impose penalties for late rent payments, while insurance clauses require tenants to obtain renter's insurance. Entry and inspection clauses give landlords the right to enter the property for inspections or repairs, usually with prior notice. Dispute resolution clauses outline the process for resolving conflicts between the landlord and tenant, such as mediation or arbitration. Lastly, compliance with laws clauses ensure both parties adhere to local, state, and federal regulations. These clauses are essential for protecting both parties' interests and providing a clear framework for the tenancy.
Legal requirements and best practices.
Understanding the legal requirements and best practices for lease agreements is crucial for both landlords and tenants. Each jurisdiction has specific laws governing rental agreements, so it's important to familiarize yourself with local regulations. Legal requirements often include mandatory disclosures, such as the presence of lead paint, mold, or other hazards. Fair housing laws prohibit discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, familial status, or disability. Additionally, there are laws regarding the maximum amount that can be charged for security deposits and the timeline for returning them. Best practices for creating a lease agreement start with ensuring clarity and thoroughness in the document. Clearly define all terms, including rent amount, payment due dates, and lease duration. Include detailed clauses on maintenance responsibilities, property use, and rules for common areas. It's also advisable to include provisions for handling disputes, such as mediation or arbitration, to avoid costly legal battles. Both parties should keep a signed copy of the lease agreement for their records. Landlords should conduct regular property inspections and promptly address any maintenance issues to maintain a good landlord-tenant relationship. Tenants should comply with the terms of the lease, including paying rent on time and maintaining the property in good condition. In summary, complying with legal requirements and following best practices not only protects both parties' rights, but also helps prevent misunderstandings and conflicts during the tenancy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content like this. Hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload new videos so you never miss out. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more exciting videos.
The voices in this recording were created with the assistance of OpenAI.